What is your view on perspectivism? For those of you who do not know, this view actually is typically, typical example would be like, think about the number 6. If you look from one side, you will see it as 6, but if you look from the other side, you will see it as 9. So it seems like the truth is based on your perspective of looking at things. What would you say about this? I'm curious.
No, I don't think truth is based on that. Your beliefs could be based on that, but not truth. Truth is the way the world is. When I use it in its standard way of thinking, truth is the way the world is. Okay. Now, when you do something with 9 and 6, that's a symbol. And all that shows is that the symbol can be rendered in different ways and therefore mean different things. It doesn't mean that there's even when we render that symbol in a way that looks like a 6 to us, we are communicating the number 6 to whoever's reading. When we flip it around, then we are communicating the number 9 to whoever's reading. Now, there are times where it might be ambiguous. Maybe we have you know what Scrabble is? The word game, Scrabble. They have all the letters, and maybe you've got the 6 figure on the little block of wood. Well, wait a minute. When you turn it around, that looks like a 9. When you turn it the other way, it looks like a 6. So what is it? Well, it is whatever one is using it to describe. All right. That doesn't mean that relativism is true. It just means that there may be ambiguity about how a person is using that symbol. Now, that's just an example, I realize, of perspectivism. And it is true that our perspective is an element in how we understand the world. How that can't be denied. All right. Now, Nietzsche, the philosopher, said that all knowledge is perspectival. It's all a matter of perception. Now, here's the problem with that statement. If all knowledge is a matter of perspective, then Nietzsche's statement is simply his perspective, and he's not saying anything about the world. He's talking about his perception. He thinks he's talking about the outside world, but if perspectivism is true, he's only talking about his inside world. Okay, which means you don't have to take it seriously. This is an example of a self-refuting notion. It's contradictory. Okay, so is our understanding of the world based on perspective? Yes, sometime, not all the time. Okay, and we have the ability to look closer to overcome our mere perspective to determine the facts about the world. By the way, if we didn't, we wouldn't have the internet and computers that were designed, regardless of one's perspective, to do particular things, which they're doing right now. So perspectivism is not an absolute. It's just something we have to be aware of because it could affect how we understand the world, and we might get it wrong because of the perspective we're looking at. There's all kinds of examples of that in our culture. You know, critical theory is a perspective. Okay, I think critical theory is a false perspective. It's a structure that is placed on all cultural interactions, and I don't think it reflects the truth. But it is a perspective, and sometimes our perspectives can be mistaken and lead us down the wrong path.